Mounting prices and supply chain shortages. These are the two hottest problems which are facing majority of the business leaders, and what are global leaders doing about it? Hi, this is Shweta from Growth Idea, and today I will share with you the key findings on this topic and what you could be doing to tackle these two problems. So let's have a look at the slide. I will bring it up for you so you can see it for yourself. And this study was conducted by Inverto, an European subsidiary of Boston Consulting Group. And they did a very in-depth study of supply chain managers, business leaders, to see how they are navigating these challenges of mounting prices and supply chain shortages. So let's have a look and see what are their findings. So let me just move this around. As you can see on the screen, there are two key columns. One is the taken measures, that by the time they had conducted the study, 68% of the business leaders, they had already started conducting or conducted their price negotiations, wherein 22% of them were planning to take those measures. And you can see for yourself what's going on here. How are people mitigating the price increases here? So conducting price negotiations, I'm not going to read everything, but just focus on the few important ones. And for me, conducting price negotiation comes under renegotiation, right? That's one thing. The other one that you might be looking at is building up inventories. If your cash flow allows you to do, then absolutely building up inventories, less just in time, so you can actually benefit from those right prices, which come with volumes. So again, 53% of them did it and 14% were planning to do it. Let's pay attention to a couple of other points, which is the second point: development of alternative suppliers in new procurement markets, or volume shifting between existing suppliers, or also just saying that can we relocate production to other countries. So this I would club under second strategy after renegotiation, called resourcing. So a lot of business leaders are looking at, can we resource from other suppliers, or can we mix up the composition just to get the best from the existing suppliers? Okay, and I just want you to make notes of this. So renegotiation, resourcing, and then of course there's a lot of hedging work that's going on here, as you would see on the screen. The other thing that stood out for me is actually this one, which is called testing of alternative raw materials. Now, this is not a short-term strategy. It's more of a medium-term and long-term strategy. But this would be the third strategy, which I would want you to make note of, which I like to call as redesign, right? So you're looking at renegotiation, resourcing, and then redesign. Can we actually redesign our product or service to make sure we are price competitive and our margins are healthy? Really important thing to look at. And quite a few of our clients are going back to the drawing board saying, what can we do with our product composition? What alternatives we could be looking at, or how we could be looking at the price mix to make sure that actually we are benefiting from these times, right? It actually forces you to ask different kind of questions. Feel free to take an image of the slide that you're seeing right now and study it in detail, because there are some really key measures, simple key measures, which business leaders are implementing at some solid pace in their businesses to make sure that they are not caught off guard. And in fact, they are riding this wave in a smart way. And look, just want to talk about some key points, okay? One is that please don't just do a blanket rise in price, or don't just sit back in fear, wondering, will my clients or market be able to absorb this price increase? You have to be proactive. And as in my previous blog, where I talk about saying which price increases are fair, you should know what is fair and how best to communicate it, okay? But just simply raising prices actually can hurt customer relationships. And this is actually an opportunity for you to forge deeper and more meaningful relationships with your customers, with your suppliers, and especially customers, to help them address their pain points right now, right? Because they are facing this pressure. And therefore, what could you be doing in a very collaborative way to make sure that you're supporting them and you're also keeping your margins robust and your relationships absolutely robust? So again, renegotiate, resource, and redesign. Just make notes of this, and you can always brainstorm with your team later on saying, what are we missing out or what are we not thinking of? And then another R for me, which actually is a very powerful R, which people somehow are not talking about. And I think they're forgetting in the midst of all these challenges. And that for me is that, think about it like this, that your clients right now are suffering from this blanket cost inflation, right, which is supply driven. And therefore, there's this huge opportunity which exists for you to create new accounts, to create new client relationships, and to go out there to prospect and to convert on the back of a strong value proposition. And for me, that fourth R is reach. Make sure that you and your team are being very proactive in these times. You're not just sitting there and trying to protect, but you are being more proactive and reaching out to your marketplace with targets to prospect, to convert, so you come out of this situation in a stronger way, in a better way, knowing your numbers, knowing your fundamentals, and putting all your 4R strategies in place: renegotiate, resource, redesign, and very importantly, reach. And remember to reach out to us if you're looking at continuing your growth journey or you want to move to the next level. We're here for you. That's exactly what we have been doing since 2008, helping our clients create better realities.